This YouTube niche is a literal gold rush and nobody is cashing in on it just yet. Now guys, you know this channel, I talk all about YouTube automation, niches, RPMs, just everything in general. Now, chances are this is going to be one of the most insane niches I have ever shown, and I'm pretty confident the first 10 people that do this are going to be sitting on $10,000 a month. Now guys, just in advance, excuse my voice, I am so sick, but I found this niche pretty recently and I just can't let it go to waste. I need to make a video on this and I need to share this with you guys because I honestly think that this is probably one of the craziest niches I've ever found. Now, enough yapping, let me get directly into it. And no, I'm not here to sell you a course. This is completely raw, transparent advice on exactly how I would speedrun $10,000 a month. Now guys, this channel that I'm about to show you has a $20 to $40 RPM. Now, what RPM is, it means essentially how much money you're paid per 1,000 views. Now, on normal YouTube channels, the RPM is about $4 to $5. So you're paid $4 per 1,000 views. Now, in this niche I'm about to show you specifically, the RPM is upwards of $25. And the reason for that is of course because the videos are so astronomically long. They place an ad every 10 seconds and, you know, all the users that are kind of sleeping into this content are sort of digesting that, and that's obviously converting to a much higher engagement and RPM as a whole. Now, this channel here, Explained Moments, they post lore documentaries and cozy sleep videos about different franchises. So this one right here, the entire story of The Mandalorian to fall asleep to. They literally use AI to do this entire video, front to back, the entire process.
The Sacred Mandalorian.
An AI voice, just gameplay, which makes zero sense. You could be doing this in a way more efficient way that obviously converts to a better AVD, auto subtitles, and literally AI for the script. Now, this channel is fairly new. They only started about 6 months ago and they really haven't been doing it to their fullest potential. Go ahead and filter by popular. You guys can see they are getting some outliers that are doing 300, 400k views. Obviously with a $20 RPM, just this one channel has made about $35,000 so far, give or take, in literally 6 months. And FYI, there is a lot they are lacking on. I mean, they're not posting daily. They're posting once every week or so. Now, guys, I'm going to be showing you exactly the blueprint on how to replicate the niche, how to do one for one what they're currently doing, and of course, how to improve the entire process. Now, once again, they are utilizing AI for literally everything. There is not a single piece of sort of non-AI included in this entire channel. This channel is making, on average, right now, 361,000 long-form views a month. If we go ahead and give it a $25 RPM, it's making about $9,000 profit every single month. And once again, this is completely passive. Now, one more thing you also can do is obviously this niche kind of, specifies, or kind of sticks to that Star Wars genre. There are so many other niches you could experiment doing the same style of content for, but different franchises. For reference, we have Roundtable Rewind. Now, these guys post lore videos, like 3 hours of Cartoon Network lore to sleep and study to, 2 hours of regular show lore to study and sleep to. And they are also printing a shit ton of money. Now, my thought process is, on this niche specifically, find different franchises. You could be doing this exact same style, but in Harry Potter, in Avatar: The Last Airbender, in Cartoon Network, in a bunch of different subgenres, and do exactly what they're doing, but expand it upon what they're currently doing. Post daily. And guys, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can create this style of content instantaneously and for essentially zero expenses. Now, really quickly, guys, if you do want to start one of these channels, go ahead, and this is not sponsored or anything. If you want to get yourself a pre-monetized channel, meaning you are monetized from the get-go, you can start getting those $25 RPMs straight away and obviously start utilizing that channel. You can get monetized right off the rip with my personal site. Use the promo code video and you'll get a pretty good discount. But once again, the website link is premonetize.com, just like this. Little bit of a plug, but obviously I own it, so I can completely vouch for this. And the views you're getting in a niche like this are obviously going to add up before monetization. So if you're getting 100k views before you're monetized, you're missing out on like $3,000. So getting one of these definitely fixes that. But, no more yapping. Let's get back into the video and what you guys actually want to hear. Now, to do this, what do we actually need? There are a few components that are going to contribute to making a channel exactly like this. And in today's video, I'm going to show you one for one how I personally would do this to an exact same extent, but in a different niche. Now, give me 1 minute. I'm going to get the whole thing sorted. Now, firstly, what I'm kind of leaning towards is doing a channel like this, but in the Marvel niche. So kind of superheroes. There's a bunch of content to do, whether it's Spider-Man, Marvel characters, DC characters, just honestly superheroes in general. Now, what I'm going to do is walk you through exactly what we'll need. First things first, it is video ideation. So coming up with the video ideas. Next, it's going to be script writing, voice acting, how to make the thumbnails. And let me just say, I've probably found the best way to do this. And of course, lastly, ironing out whether it's worth getting a team or whether it's worth doing it yourself. Now, what I went ahead and done was I went ahead and took a screenshot of their most popular videos and kind of what I'm trying to copy. I went ahead and placed that into ChatGPT and said, I'm starting an ultra long form documentary style channel in this same niche, but for Marvel characters instead. Write me 20 video ideas that have virality in this exact same style. I'm obviously going to go ahead and enter that in, and what it's going to give us is a bunch of Marvel ideas. And once again, guys, keep in mind, I am limiting myself to Marvel here. You could expand and do 5 different channels, consistently doing videos just like this, whether you want to do one in the cartoon niche, in Avatar, in Marvel, in the DCU. There are so many different things you can do. For reference, the entire story of Iron Man to fall asleep to, the entire story of Spider-Man, the entire story of Scarlet Witch, guys. It is absolutely insane that this is possible. And of course, that's only the video ideation part. It gets even crazier. So of course, you can work with your model. You want to go ahead and sort of optimize what you've already created. So you can be like, okay, I like these. Go ahead and change these. I like this one. Make me more in this exact same style. You can optimize and sort of work on your GPT model itself to make it extremely optimized for what you're trying to do. Now, just for reference, this is obviously for Marvel, and just like that, it's gone ahead and given us literally a month worth of ideas right here that we could consistently just spam and see crazy results on. I'm pretty confident that you'd be one of the only people kind of doing this style in the Marvel niche. Hence why I say this is a literal goldmine. You only need to be doing 300,000 long form views a month with a $20 RPM to be doing, what's that, $6,000 a month. It has never been easier. And in terms of actually making the video, let me show you right now how I personally would do that. Now, script writing. What I'm going to do is write up a prompt just for reference. Let's go ahead and use the entire story of Iron Man to fall asleep to. Now, let me show you how I would personally copy their exact same prompt and their exact same script in 1 minute. Now, first things first, what you want to do is you want to find a video kind of script that you want to copy. For reference, we're going to be stealing theirs. We're going to go ahead and copy the URL, head over to a transcript generator, which is essentially going to steal all the subtitles from the video and give us their script essentially. Now, once this has loaded, we're going to go ahead and press copy transcript. Now, heading back to GPT, we're going to write up a little bit of a prompt. Feel free to just copy what I type. So what I did was I said, I'm making an ultra long form documentary style channel in the Marvel niche. So the entire story of X Marvel character, make sure it has good pacing, good structure, and relaxing enough to fall asleep to. Write me a script. And then I went ahead and gave it a reference script, which was obviously just that one we wrote up 2 seconds ago. Now, I'm going to say today's video idea is, and then of course, we're just going to copy in that idea that we had 2 seconds ago, which was the entire story of Iron Man to fall asleep to. I'm going to go ahead and paste that in. Now, guys, for reference, recently, you guys know with GPT doing scripts, it's not very good at doing extremely long scripts, but they recently added a tool called Deep Research. Now, it does limit you the amount of uses you can do. I believe you have like 10 a month, but if you buy the $100 a month plan, you have like 100 uses a month. And what this will do is actually write your entire script for you, which is 1-for-1 perfect, exactly what you need, 3 hours long. So you don't need to keep going back and forth and structure it into parts and shit. You can use Deep Research to do the entire thing. Now, I have no more credits left over. I reset in about 4 days, but for the sake of today's video, just pretend that I went ahead and had that available. Now, obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and press enter, and you'll kind of just get an idea of how the script writing process itself sort of works on a channel like this. Now, as you guys can see, sometimes the most iconic heroes don't start off as heroes at all. And for Tony Stark, the man who became Iron Man, the journey to heroism began not just with nobility, but with arrogance. A perfect script getting done for us right now as I speak. And you might be saying, well, Blake, this is not gonna blow up. Yes, it will. Compare it to what's happening here. The visuals are horrible. It's not good quality, and we can 100% do better than what they're currently doing. And as I said, they're still doing $9,000 every single month. Next thing is obviously voice acting. I go into depth on this very, very often. The best option is obviously 11 Labs. That's going to be the highest quality. If you can't afford it, you can go ahead and check out fish.audio. Now, no, it's not as good as 11 Labs. It's $10 a month, but you do get an unlimited amount of generation. So this is not sponsored, by the way. I just kind of teach you guys tricks and tips that I know of. If you don't have the budget, this is definitely a good alternative. But if you do have the budget, make sure you are investing in 11 Labs because it is going to increase the quality of your video like tenfold. Now, that's essentially how voice acting works as a whole. Once you obviously have your script, insert that into whatever voice acting software you're using, export the voice, and you've essentially got your MP3 file. Now, All that's left is obviously visuals, ambience, music, epidemic sounds, Suno, whatever you might be using to do your background audio. It's not too important. Now, the final thing that does matter and is obviously going to contribute to your channel is how to make the thumbnails. Now, I have found the best way to do it. I have showed this many, many times. Head over to vidIQ. It's an AI thumbnail generator. Now, yes, I want to emphasize, you can hire thumbnail designers. I'm not saying you have to use AI, but in a channel like this, it's not going to affect much if you do utilize AI for your thumbnails. I'm going to go ahead and obviously put in the reference of what I'm trying to copy. We're of course trying to copy a thumbnail like this. So all I said was, but make it for the title, the entire story of Iron Man to fall asleep to. Have Iron Man on the screen. Now, once again, boys, I am not optimizing this. I am barely working on it. I'm giving it complete bottom of the barrel, scraping every single curve and angle to really get this going as quick as possible, just so I can give you a bit of an idea on kind of how it works. Now, let me cut back in a few moments to when it has generated and you'll sort of see what I mean. And bang, just like that, it's gone ahead and made a thumbnail in this style. Now, no, I would not recommend using this. I would obviously change it around a little bit. The first thing that is very, very important is, of course, upping the saturation and brightness. Now, let's say you did want to use this thumbnail, which for reference, you definitely would not, but if you did, you would obviously go ahead and increase the brightness, and then secondly, obviously increase the saturation, just like that. It makes it stand out a lot more, on YouTube as a whole. And of course, if you're spamming these thumbnails, once again, vidIQ is completely free. You can simply utilize and keep using free trials, and of course, you never have to pay for it. So that's a massive expense, sort of cut off the top entirely. And as I said, I would not recommend using this. Obviously, work with it, kind of optimize it. But yes, vidIQ is an extremely good option if you really want to get this going. Now, once again, the video is not done, but if you want to go ahead and check out my private one-on-one mentorship program, where I work with you and I personally help you scale to 10, 20K a month, completely passive on YouTube automation, go ahead and fill out my form on blakeryan.co. It's pretty high ticket, so it is for people with high budgets, but if you do have that and that sounds like you and you really are motivated, go ahead and fill that out. And of course, I'm happy to work with you. Now, the biggest thing I want to talk about in this niche, finally, is that, and FYI, I'm not just bullshitting here. I promise you, if you start in this niche today, and even if you don't use a pre-monetized channel and you do it completely passively, making 5K a month is extremely easy in today's market. I mean, I've made millions at my age, and I'm just trying to tell you that if you do this, you essentially can't fail. One of the biggest things in this niche is evergreen views. Now, obviously, if you don't know what those are, over time, views stack, right? So if we go to some of the biggest channels on YouTube, a lot of their views are coming from older videos that are consistently stacking up views. Now, in a niche like this, the evergreen views are astronomical, solely because the video ideas never go out of style. I mean, people are always going to be interested in ideas like this. The entire history of Luke Skywalker. It's never really going to die, and that's why when I always do choose a niche, I try and ensure those core values that we do have longevity, evergreen views, and proof of concept. So we know a year from now, will this video topic still be relevant? Now, yes, guys, if you want to go ahead and join my private Discord server, it's discord.gg/1%. It's completely free. Go ahead and give that a join. And of course, if you want to work with me one-on-one, check out blakeryan.co. Without further ado, guys, thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you learned something new.